As governor, I think that part of my job is to really work to bring as much pride to the state and the people who live in the state to feel about their state. Independent Man's one of them. But one of the things we were doing at the time was to clean the outside of the State House. It hadn't been cleaned in years. I felt as though it really needed to look spectacular because it's a spectacular building. And I sent a drone up to record the work that we were doing as we're doing that restoration. And then we identified that there was a crack in the very foundation that the Independent Man was standing on.
On discovering that damage to the dome upon which the statue sits, we had to bring the statue down to fix this damage. And then since we were bringing down the statue, it was decided to restore it because by that time it was lackluster, because the last time it had been restored was in 1976.
One of the biggest challenges we had was we did not know how much the Independent Man weighed. So of course we looked back to records from 1976, and there were newspaper articles that said he weighed 500 pounds. Now, this is a bronze statue. We knew he's 14 feet tall, including the spear. There's no way he weighed 500 pounds. So we actually did investigations to determine the wall thickness of the bronze, and we could then roughly calculate what all this bronze added up to in terms of the weight of the statue. And we came to approximately 900 to 1,000 pounds, so we knew he was pretty heavy. Fortunately, we were able to get a crane that could accommodate that weight, and we established a way that the crane could pick the statue up using a lot of strapping, again, that would not damage the statue. And it turns out that, in fact, he weighs between 1,200 and 1,300 pounds. So they gently lifted him up and brought him down onto the North Plaza of the State House. And then 12 men literally slowly walked him in to the entry of the State House so that he could be on display for the public.
We have a robust tourism program already, and this special engagement of the Independent Man in the Rotunda doubled the number of tourists that arrived. And they came from all over the state, all over the country, and all over the world. Since 1899, the Independent Man has only come down from his perch twice, 1975 and then in 2024. And so it offered an opportunity to give Rhode Islanders of a new generation an opportunity to see this iconic statue.
Gold leafing is a very ancient technique that's used to preserve mostly metals, but it's more or less a permanent coating insofar as the gold itself doesn't deteriorate. That's why we use almost pure gold. It's 23.75 carat heavyweight gold, beaten into very, very thin sheets and then applied to this size. And to ensure that we had a coating that would last as well as one that would not deteriorate the substrate, the bronze sculpture, we first restored the gold plating that had been applied in the 1970s, and then we applied the gold leaf.
It's an iconic project. It's once in a lifetime, I would say, because it's not even a 10-yearly project. It's a project that you do once every 50 years, if we're lucky, maybe even 70 years. So it's a lot of history that we're talking about, and it's a real honor to be a part of it.